Okay, so in this lesson we're going through After Effects and how to composite back the stereo images that were made in the last lesson. So in the last lesson we rendered out the left and the right image inside Maya, and we rendered them out separately so there's no sort of stereo effect on those images, so we can composite them back in After Effects and apply some sort of a colour correction. So to start off with, we can go to Edit, File even, Import, or if you go in this project window you can double click and import. So we'll select them two. So we've got the left and the right image. So to start off with, what we're going to do is drag this down to this little move clip thing, which is a composition, or you can go to compositions, new composition. So dragging that down, as you can see, it's got a new composition with that left in. So we'll rename this to left. And we'll do the same for the right as well. Just drag that down, creates a new one, rename it right. So now we've got the
Please keep your hands inside of the railing system at all times.
It look cool. So I always love to have some parallax, so something in the close foreground and background, making the scene come to life. Some trees and whatever we can find here. And
I wouldn't have rendered so many different layers, but I was working under a deadline, so my process changed a little, and I did some unconventional things. I have another video that explains the backstory and process behind creating this scene in Blender, and I encourage you to check out that video if you haven't seen it already. Here we are in After Effects CS6. Why
Fincher method, as filmmaker David Fincher uses this technique quite often in his productions. After I've applied the mask, I have the actors split in post, and now I can retime my reaction shots, or even combine shots from entirely different takes. So it's executed much in the same way as faking depth, only you place both actors in the scene at the same time while shooting. Just make sure that they're not overlapping, otherwise you'll have to get into some advanced compositing methods, instead of using just a simple mask. This example is another great use of basic compositing. Here I'm achieving like a fake depth look. You can see right here where my mask is in the middle of the frame, it's kind of blurred out. That's because I am comping these two shots that both have a really shallow depth of field, and that's to help achieve to have basically two subjects in the same frame without having to do a rack focus, or without having to use a split diopter lens, or without